Hello and welcome to the FDX website tutorial. In this video, we will go through the FDX website, explaining the different pages and features available in the first version. We will also demonstrate how to interpret the graphs in order to understand the data accurately. Please note that the demo website has been used for this video and it has been populated with dummy data. Here is the main landing page. Along the top are links to the home page, the analysis page, and the GADM website. There are also 6 icons that link to the different sections of the website. Hovering over them displays a small description. On the right, the latest update column provides brief updates on the FDX website, and below are some definitions that we use. For the event rate calculation, the number of events is divided by the number of flights and multiplied by 1000 to normalize the metric. This page provides a regional flight data submission overview and allows the user to see which region has been submitting data frequently. Airlines will also be able to see only their own data submission stats under the operator-specific boxes here. These data figures show the total figures for the database and do not change based on the user selection. The graph here shows the number of flights submitted by operators over the years. It is possible to drag and select a month range which updates the flight counts accordingly. Note that the figures above do not change. You may also move the month range along the graph. For example, if you select a quarter and would like to move it to a different quarter, you can do so like that. To clear your selection, simply click anywhere within the yearly distribution graph. The world map is split into IATA regions. Hovering over each region will provide the total number of flights flown by operators based in that region. These figures will update based on the date selection. The bar chart is split into regions as well. Selecting a region will not remove the other regions in the chart. This is to allow for multiple selections of other regions. Selecting a region Selecting the region again will remove it from a selection. The line chart represents the number of processed flights by month flown. The airline's own flights will always be visible and only to the airline. In this example, we are airline ZZZ. Hovering over a region in the legend will highlight it on the graph. The possibility to compare the airline flight counts to the operator region exists. In order to do so, the operator's region must be selected regardless of any other region. All event category pages are laid out in the same format. We will go through the runway approach and landing events as an example. Each event category page will have links to jump to other event categories along the top navigation bar. Here we see a similar overview graph as we did on the data submission page. The only difference is once a time range has been selected, the time range selected will appear. Once a selection is made, this will show the selected year and month and will update once the slider is dragged. It is possible to clear this selection by selecting Reset All. The event rate by month graph shows the event rate of the operator in orange against the global event rate per month in blue. Hovering over either lines or bars will give you further details about that month, such as flight count, event occurrences, and the event rate. If we click on the data point, we can then compare it to another data point on the graph. The Toggle Flight Event Counts button shows and hides the graphs which display the flight and event counts per month. It is not possible to click or hover over the data here. They do, however, update based on event or airport selection. Below are two charts that show the event rate of each airport and event. Hovering over an airport will give you extra information and also the breakdown of event rate by runway. Similarly, hovering over an event will display the KPV distribution for all flights in the FDX database, regardless if an event was triggered or not. For example, if we select Miami Airport, the events for Miami Airport will display on the right. If we hover over the event rate of descent high 1,000 to 500 feet, it will display a KPV distribution of the 526 flights, and we can see that the majority of flights approaching Miami Airport had a rate of descent of 841 to 891 feet per minute between 1,000 to 500 feet. In the next version of the website, we will include colored lines to highlight the FDX event limits, and also axis labels will be added in order to easily identify the units. It is possible to select multiple airports to see the top events. Clicking this icon will remove all selections. The same applies to the event chart. Selecting an event will display the airports where this event occurred. For example, if we would like to see which airports had the most go-arounds in 2016, we would first select 2016 data. Next, we would select Go Around. We can confirm our selections by hovering over this icon. The map can display airport locations or a scatter plot of events. If airports is selected in the drop-down box, it will show airport statistics. Once we are interested in an airport, we can zoom in and select it on the map. Doing so will update the charts above. Multiple airports can be selected. To remove a selected airport, click on it again in the map. Selecting an event from the drop-down box will change the map from displaying airports to a scatter plot of the events based on the recorded latitude and longitude when the event was triggered. Selecting a point will display a pop-up with extra information. The charts do not update when selecting events on the map. In the database, all events are tagged with either departure, arrival, or en route to identify whether the event occurred during the departure airport, arrival airport, or en route. A good example to show this information is on the TCAS page. Any event that happened in the first 30 minutes of flight after liftoff is tagged with departure. If we click on TCAS RA departure, the departure airports will display. Any event that happens in the last 30 minutes before touchdown is tagged with arrival. Any event that happens in between is tagged with en route, and no airport is assigned. It is possible to get an approach event tagged as en route. This is not to say it is wrong, but it could be due to a short flight that is less than 30 minutes or due to a go-around. Thank you for viewing this video. If you still have any other questions regarding the FDX website, please email us at fdx@iata.org.